everybody, my wonderfuls, my lovelies. I appreciate you all being here on the I Am Maggie Love channel, and I am Maggie Love. So I'm so grateful you're here because here we're doing quite a bit of work in this book called The Magic of Everyday Life by Maria Szepes. And it's just wonderful. It's to help us along our path, or if we're helping others along in their path, give you a couple pearls of wisdom, some tricks, tools, however you want to do it. It also might just be nice to listen to the reading. So I appreciate you are here. When you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like and leave your positive comments. And I'm just putting it out there. I am working towards my first 1,000 subscribers and that 4,000 hours of viewing time. And I would appreciate it if you would please hit that like button, hit subscribe, and leave your positive comments, because we are on a mission to reach others and to uplift ourselves so that we can give the ultimate gift, which is you, each one of you, what you have to give the world, the universe, and so much more. So we are going to get back to this. The Magic of Everyday Life with Maria Szepes. We are in chapter 13. Thank you for bearing with me on my last videos. I got cut off at the end, but I love the content, so you all know. Peace in, peace out. Here we go. Chapter 13, Healing Diseases of the Personality Through Service to Others. Woo, exciting. The curious maxim that between God and myself and stand I. The curious maxim that between God and myself stands I usually surprises people. There are those in whom it causes a lightning spark. In others, it discourages. Which one are you? Leave it in the comments. Whereas this axon in reality hides a frightening magical truth. The personal I, the unresolved, complicated, transient personality guarding innumerable layers of collapsing ego cultures. Okay, so it's like a mask, right? So this axiom in reality hides a frightening magical truth. The personal I, the unresolved, complicated, transient personality guarding innumerable layers of collapsed ego cultures. The labyrinth of manifested existence which we must cover from entrance to exit. The roads, of course, for immeasurable length of time run crisscross. For a long time it seemed that we arrived the 100th, 1,000th time where we began. Rage, despair, rabid forcing of will don't help us at all, okay? So she just said, the roads, of course, for immeasurable length of time crisscross. For a long time it seems that we have arrived at the 100th, 1,000th time where we began. So I want to encourage you and take that point, because a lot of the feedback that I am getting is that I'm doing the work, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and my life still sucks, or it's still not changing. I want to encourage you, you need to keep going. If you do not give up, at some point it will click and the upgrade will come. But part of it is like learning yourself, learning your blocks, learning what the personal I is covering up. What is that? Layers of collapsed ego cultures. What is unresolved? What is complicated? Transient personality guarding these things. If you do not give up and you keep working it, it is going to work you. So don't give up. 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever it is. Just don't give up, because it's coming to a theater near you, in you, and then outside of you. So keep going. Rage, despair, rabid forcing of will do not help us at all. We know this. We may pound our fists until they are bloody. We can smash our heads against the merciless, closed-off wall. after mindless running around. We can collapse somewhere in the depths of the maze so that tomorrow on new feet we can continue to run around in circles. Are you getting the picture here? You're, okay, pounding your fists until they're bloody. What good is that going to do? Nothing. Smash your head against a merciless closed off wall. You're going to hurt your brain, which we need, your cranium, and you're going to cause sores, wounds that we don't need, and a whole myriad of other things, like a visit to the ER, and then maybe a neurologist, etc., etc. CAT scans and MRIs. We don't need that. We need your brain intact. We can smash our heads against a merciless closed off wall, or after mindless running around. So you're running around, still achieving nothing. Or we can collapse somewhere in the depths of the maze. So tomorrow on new feet. So we collapse somewhere in whatever way. And I just picture somebody in their room or in the bathroom or just somewhere closed off away. Sometimes that collapse comes with alcohol and drugs and other things. Guys, no. We can continue to run around in circles. So, we're going to end up collapsing only to get up to have to face ourselves in this life again. So just let's work this. These methods never lead to the exit. A person gyrating exclusively around themselves merely drowns in a whirlpool and becomes absorbed even deeper into their problems. Not us. We are coming out of our problems. So a person gyrating exclusively around themselves merely drowns in a whirlpool. So picture that, right? Absorbed of even deeper into their problems, right? So you have to you have these problems whirling around. You have to begin to make new tracks out, right? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. If you never take that step, you're never going to get to that journey. And I believe that journey of 1,000 miles leads to many, many more. And they are much happier places. Ego-centered self-interest, fixated monomania, in which we lose ourselves in our own affairs and further grind our inadequacies and injuries, is a black dervish dance. So, a lot of culture now is very much self-interested. Social media, selfies, all these things. And we're missing out that there is a great spirit, a great mind, a great heart. There is a great being within yourself that's trying to come out. Like the last video we talked about, allow what is inside of you to fly. If it is constantly being cut off at the pass by social media or things that just make you idle in essence, and you're not pursuing what that unique, beautiful gift that you have to give the world to, you're just suppressing what you came here to be. So we got to get up. Its ecstasy lulls our consciousness into permanent abysmal dizziness and stupor. And this is part of like what we talked yesterday too about how, to take good care of our body, our temple, keep our body and weight right, and those things, keep our health right, in a healthy place. But, that's part of like the ecstasy lulls our consciousness into permanent abysmal dizziness and stupor, and that's part of our obesity problem. So we need to get ourselves moving, right? Because the body does not want to be stuck. It wants to be fully moving in the world, unrestricted, wanting to experience things, and the way that we experience that is having health. Restricting us from reality and light. So not only that, it's going to block your spiritual world. It bewitches us, imprisoning us among subjective illusions, delirious images and feelings. An infernal witch's night of anxiety attacks, tempestuous storms of passion, and flood of instincts befall us in the labyrinth of our ego. And there is no door that opens anywhere. And why? Because between God, Goddess, and myself stand I. Okay? Why is the door closed? Because between God, Goddess, and myself stands I. Okay. And so I want to just say this. Witches got a very bad rap, and many of people labeled witches are actually just salt of the earth, wonderful women who knew about plants, who knew about health, who knew how to help people. You know, anybody practicing any kind of magic, it's all going to come out of the heart, right? So it's like if you are, which has a bad connotation, and I don't roll with that. You know, I think witches are wonderful women who who knew the earth, who knew the tides, who knew the moon, who knew how to heal, who knew things, and they wanted to wipe that out because that helped people heal, and that connected people to God, and that connected people to Source. So someday I'm going to be taking a trip to see all the places that the witches were burned and tortured, and I really have a calling to go and see that because I feel connected to many of the women that were unjustly harmed in that way. So I wanted to say that because we have this line here where it says, an infernal witch's night of anxiety attacks. You know, a witch could be in a church too. Like, people want to do the churchy thing, but it's in the heart. If you're like taking God and you're like separating people from God through these harsh laws, and there's no grace, like Joseph Prince is one of the most wonderful pastors that I've come across, because he really teaches how that law will never bring you to God, and that we come through Jesus, and that we have grace. And it's through the grace, you know, through the door of Jesus, through what he did for us, that, and Jesus is just powerful. He came to earth and he showed us that you could do healings, you could do miracles, that there was no limits, that you could also enjoy your life, because Jesus loved to party. He loved to enjoy his life. He hung out with people. He went to weddings, he went to parties, and he taught. And he, like, if Jesus was to come down here right now, not to say he's not, because he's within all of us, he would not be in, you know, a lot of times posh places. He'd be down with the pimps, prostitutes, drug dealers, tax collectors. Like, he would be down with me. He would be down with whoever was in need of him. And so I just want to say that I think labels are lame. I think a lot of the witches really got a bad rap. And so, you know, depending on what your witch brand is, you know, it's if you're projecting evil and bad, you know, God has a way of leveling the field out. So that leaves us with why. Why are we not breaking through? Because between God and Goddess and myself stands I. All right? I'm hoping that you are seeing that you are the magic of everyday life, and the magic of everyday life is within you and around you, that you matter, and just get the step in, keep going. So when you do get a chance, let's pump this up. I want to get to that 1,000 subscribers, then the 4,000 watch hours. I was told to put it out to you and put it out to the universe, so I am bravely coming forward. When you get a chance, please subscribe and like and leave your positive comments. We will get back to chapter 13 tomorrow. All right, well, story night here by Von Gogh. See you later. You know what comes next. Peace in, peace out.